If you're watching him, you are a pervert, you are a rapist, and you are possessed by a demonic spirit. They need to cast it out of you. Hi guys, so today's video is a story time video. We're not talking about makeup, we're not talking about hair, we're talking about something really serious that happened to me. A crazy experience. I'm still trying to deal with it right now. It happened today, so I wanted to make this video for you guys because the memory is still very fresh, and really it's a terrible experience. I just had to share with someone, so after telling like 101 people who get to listen, now I'm coming to tell you guys. So before I start, let me just tell you guys, this is like 18 plus, so if you're not up to 18, you shouldn't be watching this video because things are about to get really dirty right now. Yes. Whew. Get it together. Okay, so today, something happened to me, something that has never happened. This is probably the kind of things you hear about, or maybe you watch in movies, and you're like, oh, it's just a story, it doesn't happen. But really, it happens. Today, I had an experience. I ran into a guy that is like, I'm sure that guy is mentally disturbed or maybe possessed or something. Sincerely. Okay, let me just start out. I'm a makeup artist based in Lagos, Nigeria. So normally, weekends are for makeup jobs. I had a makeup job today, Friday, and I had to leave home early, get to my client's house, blah blah blah, the drill. So I don't own a car yet. I'm still praying for God to bless me with a car. So I had to go with public transport. I got to the bus stop and I boarded a tricycle. And in Lagos, in Nigeria we call them keke napep, yeah. So I boarded one of those, and it's really small. It carries just about 3 passengers, So there were 3 of us at the back, and then there was like the driver in front of the tricycle. So, and I was the first person. I was seated by this side. Then there was a man in the middle, and then there was a really elderly woman at the extreme here. So the man was in between both of us. So we boarded the keke now. No more, okay, keke, let's start moving, let's just go, like time. I have to meet up with my appointment. So, well, the guy was seated in the middle, and he was like, when the elderly woman got in, he was like, oh mama, she'll joke with that Danny. I don't speak Yoruba, so basically meaning, oh mama, I hope you're comfortable. Are you seated well? And the woman was like, oh, please adjust a little, and he adjusted closer to me, and then he put his arm like behind me, and I was just seated like here, So I felt okay. He just wanted to, he was being nice, just wanted the woman to be comfortable, blah blah blah. His hand was over me throughout the journey, and there was this crazy traffic. If you live in Lagos, you know how crazy the traffic gets. So we're in the keke ride for a while. We're in traffic and all that. So I noticed that not only because his hand is over me, he's probably like touching me, and of course it's keke, so it's a tricycle, it's tight already, he's already touching me. There was nothing unusual about that. Then of course, the keke is moving. Lagos road is bumpy. In the bumps, you move, and I have jiggly body parts, yeah. So it was jiggling. It was just normal. So after about 10 minutes of the ride, I realized that this guy was leaning a little much. Like he was leaning towards me a little more than usual, and I started feeling uncomfortable. So I'm like, okay, okay, please, your hand, like, please, could you, so he will adjust. The hand is still behind me, but he will like move it back a little, so it's not like directly on my shoulder, basically. After some time, I realized that this guy, I started getting uncomfortable. So I turned to look at this man to be like, okay, Oga, adjust. That was when I noticed that the perv was staring at my boobies. He was staring at my boobs, like looking down, because of course he was a tall guy. He was taller than me. So he was like looking down into, this is exactly what I wore. I wore the same outfit, and I wanted to show you guys so that you guys can just know how perverted this guy is. This is what I wore. It's a gown. So he was staring like right into this place, like his eyes were fixated. And I looked, I'm like, So then at that point I had a scarf with me because I like to move around with a lot of clothing because sometimes I get really cold, so I like if I get cold I'll just drape this around my shoulders. So when I noticed he was staring down at my boobies, I just took my scarf from my bag and I like put it across my, I covered up, basically covered up like this, thinking that was going to stop the whole thing. Now everybody will be nice and happy, we'll get to our destination and say bye bye. This thing did not help at all. This guy, he now graduated from looking at my boobies to sniffing my hair. He was basically like leaning down towards me and like sniffing my hair. At some point, I was looking at him through the rear view mirror in front beside the keke driver, and this guy was sniffing my hair like he was lost in whatever paradise he was at that moment, sniffing my hair with his eyes closed and like, and then, oh my god. At that point, I'm like, Oga, what are you doing? Seriously, you're making me uncomfortable. Do you understand? Nobody knew what was going on. Everybody was just thinking about probably how to get out of traffic and how to be late for the appointments or whatever. So I was just talking to this guy like, you're making me uncomfortable. What's going on? Do you know? But when I knew that something was terribly wrong was when, because this man was wearing shorts, like shorts up above his knee, and you know how when men get it like seated, they open their legs, then normally the short is going to ride up. I'm sorry I can't show you guys, like I'm trying to gesticulate down here but you guys can't see it. So the short is going to ride up a little, and their legs are slightly parted, normal, the way guys sit down now. So I saw this guy's hand wandering down between his shorts, and I swear on my mother's grave, guys, I am telling you guys the truth. This is not being fabricated. I'm not adding any extra thing to this gist. I'm giving you guys live and direct, raw, how it was. I'm not adding anything. Like, I swear it. This guy's right hand was reaching down, touching like beside his left leg, and he was grabbing something beside his left leg. Do I need to tell you guys what the thing he was grabbing was? He was grabbing his dick. Yeah, this is why I said this video is 18+. He was grabbing his thing. And I looked, I'm like, oh my god, this is getting too much. This man, I was looking at him in my presence, knowing that I knew fully well what he was doing. He pushed the shorts upwards, further upwards, revealing the tip of his, I don't have to say it now. And then he was massaging it. This guy was basically masturbating. This guy was lost. He didn't care whether he was in public or maybe if someone was going to see him. And I was like, oh my god, what is going on? I'm like, really, in public transport, people are seated around you and you're doing this. I was in shock that I didn't react for a good amount of time until I finally told him. I was like, Mr. Man, you better stop this or I'm going to embarrass you. And you know how Lagos people get, especially the touts and the guys in Lagos, they're going to probably strip him naked or beat him or, man, people are angry in Lagos, seriously. I'm like, I was like, if you don't stop this, I'm going to embarrass you here. He was like, he was winking at me like, oh, now, without saying anything, but when they're giving you this please cooperate kind of look. And I'm like, what? So when the driver now went forward a little, I now like stopped. I now shouted, I was like, excuse me, what's wrong with you? Like, it reminds me if you raped me for years. Like, what is all this? Are you okay? At that moment, he called the attention of everybody. Everybody like turned, the keke driver, other passengers, like the other two people now turned, look, everybody was looking at us. They were like, what's going on? I said, look at this man. This man has been playing with his dick and looking at my boobs and masturbating. They were like, what? And you didn't talk since. I said, at first I felt, okay, we're just looking at boobs now. The boobs are covered. Oh, you're waiting, you won't see again. You understand? Oh my god. This is like, I've never experienced anything this crazy. I feel so violated. Believe me, like, I couldn't coordinate. When I now call people's attention to it, the guy was like, hey, what do you mean? Doing what? You sure this is my bus stop? I have to drop. Like, he wanted to now take off. And people were not really understanding what was going on. So people couldn't, the mama that was beside wasn't like that. She noticed that there was some funny movement, but she felt maybe me and the guy were together, maybe like a couple or something. So she just, basically looked the other way. She was looking outside the window and basically maybe wanted to give us our privacy or something. Like, even if we're a couple, like, that's really perverted. People do things like that. Seriously, I don't know. Sincerely, guys, I'm traumatized. I don't know, this is ridiculous. And At that moment, you know, he just coded the whole thing like, this is my bus stop, I have to drop. The woman got down and he left. Then every other person was like, what? Seriously? Why didn't you tell us? Why didn't you tell us? I'm like, oh my god, I couldn't believe what was going on. Eventually when I got to my client's place, believe me, I never knew. I thought maybe you being molested was just the physical, but this one was mental. Like in my mind, that guy had stripped me naked and raped me. That was what it felt like, and I was dealing with it in my head. It was not, at that moment I just got on my phone and I called my sister. I'm like, you won't believe what just happened right now. I sat beside a perv, and she was like, oh my god, really, blah 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 blah. I explained the whole thing to her and she was like, oh, that's, I should pray. And at that moment I'm like, okay, pray, I was pray and relate. But we're very religious in my family, and we are very religious as Nigerians. So when I thought about it, I'm like, there's probably a spirit following that guy, and that thing is making him act like a crazy person. So I'm telling you, this man, if you're watching me, of which I know the chances are slim, but if in case this guy is your relative or something, if you're watching him, you are a pervert, you are a rapist, and you are possessed by a demonic spirit. They need to cast it out of you. Okay? That's the kind of person that probably will rape a girl. Yes, because that guy literally raped me. Like in presence of people, I feel violated. Seriously. He will rape a girl, maybe like his housemaid or his wife's sister that lives in the house with them or something. And imagine if you were an employee of such a person, such an irresponsible person. Of course, I'm going to tell you, okay, before you get the job, you know, you have to scratch my back and I scratch your back. That's how they put it. Like seriously, the rate of sexual harassment, especially against we women, is so high. I want every lady out there to be cautious, because imagine if I was walking around maybe a lonely street at night and such a man saw me and I was, do you understand? So we have to be on our toes, we have to be careful, we have to look out for the warning signs of these things. And really, men, what's wrong with you? Did I mention that this man looked like he was well in his 40s? I'm not talking of a young boy, a man, a full-grown ass man who looks like someone in his 40s. I'm telling you. I was even like, when I even entered and I told him to adjust his hand, I was like, sir, for me to call him sir. I was like, sir, please, your hand. So just for you to imagine. So I just thought I would share this story, and I don't know if you guys have ever experienced anything like this before. Well, I got home and I actually took my sister's advice and I prayed that if there's any demonic spirit following that guy, if he's under a curse or an evil yoke, you know, I've separated myself from it. I don't have anything to do with him or his possession or demonic spirit that is disturbing him or whatever. I am free from it. I prayed against it. I prayed against sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is not a thing to be joked about, believe me. Ladies, you can relate. Young men, be responsible. If you want to get down, do it the responsible way, okay? Or if you don't have a woman that's going to agree, go and pay someone. I don't know, I'm not championing for prostitution or whatever, but seriously, things are not that bad for you to be masturbating in broad daylight, in public, in a moving vehicle, not even your private vehicle, public transport, with a stranger. You're looking at my boobs and you're jerking off to the side of my boobs. Seriously. Anyway, so I'm just going to stop here, because if I keep talking, I'm reliving the experience. Right now that I've shared with you guys, I'm going to try my best to block it out. And, well, I don't know. That was my experience. I just thought to share with you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Not really that my purpose is to entertain you guys, but I hope that was my experience. I don't even know how to wrap up this video, but be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comments, like, I want to hear from you guys. What do you think? Have you experienced anything close to this before? Any kind of sexual harassment, or you know, just let me know. I know I'm not alone in this. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, share, so that girls can be aware there are pervs in the society. Just imagine you have a baby and that guy is maybe like your neighbor, and your child, your 2-year-old child, goes to play in his house. Do I need to tell you what's going to happen or what could happen? Anyways, I'll just stop here. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Like this video, share, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.